Hey guys, Sean Lyon with Window Accents, and today we're going to do something a little bit different for our product demo. We're actually going to go on site to a shutter installation. So make sure that you are prepared for all the things that you have to consider before we get to that installation day. And it really comes down to product selection. Not all windows are created equally. Some have large casements, some have small. And in particular, when it comes to shutters, you want to make sure that it's going to operate the way that you expect and that what you want is going to actually fit into your window. So there's a lot of prep work that goes into that, and there's a great reason to call in a professional to help you out. So we're going to dive more into that process today and take a closer look at all the different things that you need to consider, all the possibilities that you have when it comes to shutters. Okay, so what you see before you is a shutter box, and this is the new style shutters from Hunter Douglas. And so today we are going to be fitting up a window, and we're going to put some of these pieces together to make sure that this particular style shutter is going to work with this window casing. Some windows are different from others. There are a lot of varying depths and a lot of things that you have to consider. So we're going to be looking at this particular window, and in this scenario, we've already taken off the piece of trim and the old blinds. And so we know that the homeowner wants a relatively tucked in look, but as you can see, there's not a whole lot of depth. So we're removing the molding, and then we're going to replace it with the shutters in order to go from there. Okay, so in this situation, the homeowner's gone with a 3.5-inch louver. This is the most common size of louver, and there are existing shutters elsewhere in the house that are already the 3.5-inch. The issue is, on the other windows, they have a lot deeper casing. And so when we come to this window, if you were just to go with a regular mount, we're going to hit the window with the shutter, and it's not going to actually be able to operate. So what you do is you call in a professional from Window Accents to come help you out. So this piece right here is the outside molding. This is gonna be an outside mount shutter, and this is the one that the homeowner selected. But we know that we're gonna need some added depth. So we take this piece, and to it we are going to add a spacer block. And so this will slide in right behind, and it'll sit up against the window. So the window's here, and then on out. And that should give us the required depth needed when this louver comes in. So I'll show you how it all works. Okay, so this is the view from the back side, just so you can see the spacer block. So we've got, on the front left, we've got the piece of molding and the outside kind of casing of the shutter. Then you have the spacer block right where my thumb is. We've got the actual louver, and then this piece, this chunk right here, just represents the frame of the shutter. So if you just imagine like a door that you would open, something of that nature, and so this represents that space. So now we are going to hold it up to the window to make sure that everything fits the way that it needs to and that the shutter will be operable. Okay, so from this view right here, you'll see that with our molding and the spacer block, the louver has clearance there to actually operate, and it can be moved back and forth. You can open it, you can shut it, and this is going to be a happy homeowner. Now this is what happens if you remove the spacer block, and you can see the louvers actually hitting one of the crossbars of this window pane, and so you would never actually be able to open or shut this louver without the spacing bar. And that's why it's important to go through all of these steps. If you don't have somebody coming out with the proper equipment and the time and the effort to go through this, you're going to get a product that doesn't function the way that you want it to. Now, let's say that you don't want the spacer block. You like the lower profile look, and there weren't already 3.5-inch louvers somewhere else in this house. The answer to that issue is to go with the 2.5-inch louver. As you can see, there's plenty of clearance there with this product, and we do not have a spacer block in. So this entire product is going to sit closer up against the wall. You'll have more of your molding exposed down at the bottom, and the whole thing fits. So it's just personal preference, what you want, maybe what you're trying to match up with, but it's important to take all these different things into consideration, especially when doing something like shutters.